every day. They're once a month or once every 6 months kind of people. So they're finding out was that you? You should check your email more often. Yeah. They heard that. Wow. She wants to know how many people here were on the points program and paid off their purchase. By show of hands. Oh yeah, I think the average that people have said they've spent is $18,000 to $20,000 is what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. How did it happen? Because they are dishonest. That's how they did that. Here's the other thing that I think a lot of people don't know. People were buying what they thought were points from CHEATauWorld, and unless CHEATauWorld actually did what they had to get that through to RCI, it didn't happen. For a lot of people, some people thought they signed up for RCI and their memberships were never, ever paid to RCI. There are people who paid for points that were never forwarded to RCI. So, when you tell me I paid for these points, I get it, I do. I don't know if they paid RCI for you. I can tell you they didn't for a lot of people. And a lot of people were paying their RCI memberships through CHEATauWorld. And CHEATauWorld was happy to take them and put it in their pockets and not forward it to RCI. Yes? Is there a chance of us getting together with Bill Buterman again to try and salvage this in any way? Andrea Spieth sent Bill Buterman an email saying, Bill, please reconsider. I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know. She sent an email to Bill Buterman saying, Bill, please, we've got the appraisal. It says it's worth this. Come down in this number. What Bill Buterman told me and what Al indicated to me earlier, he remembers Bill Buterman telling him as well, is that he's not willing to take a loss and he's not willing to let his investors take a loss. And so the lowest he indicated he was willing to come down was $280. I know. Yes. Pardon me? How is Andrea Spieth involved? Andrea Spieth is the court-appointed receiver for Properties International. Properties International is another one of the companies Andre Muran is the director of, and it is the company that held many of the titles on the units at the Banff Gate. She's the court-appointed receiver. She's been enlisted by Bill Buterman to manage the Banff Gate property. And if you go there now, she's got staff there who will book you for a night at the Banff Gate for $89 if you explain you're a CHEATauWorld victim. Yep, you too. Chateau Canmore, you bet. Doesn't matter. If you got hosed by CHEATauWorld, Royal Club, we don't care. You're all in the same boat as far as we're concerned. It's a good question. She's asking if there are other lenders who own units at the Banff Gate. Are the other lenders willing to sell? Our understanding is that Bill Buterman has established a condominium board, and the members of that board are the lenders who have foreclosed. And Bill's trying to maneuver things so that he purchases all of the units, gains control of the entire property, so he can sell it as a whole. Does that make sense? The other lenders, a couple people have approached them, and the other lenders have said, yeah, you need to go talk to Bill. What's my role? Oh, geez. Why am I doing this? This was kind of thrust in my lap by Bill Buterman, because I set up the CHEATauWorld website. Actually, initially I set up travelclubscams.info. Bill is not paying me. I'm not making any money. I have no vested interest at all. Is that what you wanted to know? Why am I doing this? Because I was, oh yikes, because I was a victim of the club, and I did set up a website, and people started sending me their emails with their questions, and I started helping people, and I find it personally really difficult to tell the single mom, I won't help you. I have information, but I'm not going to share with you. When Bill Buterman contacted me in March, I mean, the website was getting maybe 50 hits a day. Yeah, go ahead, yuck it up. Laugh, mock me. Mock my efforts. Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot more now. Helen and Annette sent out their email on the 18th, and web traffic went through the roof. I was flooded with emails. I have been, since March 12th, working the equivalent of a full-time job and a half, answering people's questions and trying to keep my website updated, and I'm not being paid by anyone. Aw, that's really not necessary. Chateau World has said that who's paying me off? Bill Buterman? Who? Andre Muran paid me off for what? Andre. Okay, hold on. Chateau World, let me just make sure I got it right. Chateau World says that I'm doing this because Andre Muran paid me to discredit him and expose him? Because I'm bringing you together. I just don't understand. Okay. Andre Muran has paid me money. I'm going to explain what that's about. When I took him to court, I won my judgment. The judge said, yes, you were wronged. He has to pay you back the money he swindled out of you. And the judgment was filed. $5,000 he had to pay me. I was not getting that money, just like all the other people with judgments were not getting that money, or their money. My travel club scam.info, what a terrible URL, eh? I know. He's a computer guy, I can tell, because he laughed when I said I got 50 hits a day. After about a year, that URL was set to lapse. And I thought to myself, I have done as much as I can do. I've put in my voluntary time. I'm going to let it lapse, and I'm just going to, that's that. And I did let it lapse. The website came down onto the web, and 2 days later, I got a phone call from someone who refused to identify himself. He said, I am a former Chateau World employee, and I've noticed your website came down. And I said, yes. And he said, you've got to put it back up. And I said, okay. I was feeling all, secret agency at that point because some anonymous dude's calling me. He said there were probably 100 people that were using the website for information and that it had to stay up, and that there were a number of employees at Chateau World who wanted it to stay up because they, although they were working for Andre, wanted him exposed. I don't get the mentality, but that's what they told me. So I said, okay. I decided I wasn't going to do any more with this. He said, if it's a money issue, I will get the money for you. What do you need? I said, well, I think to re-register it for another year is going to be like $50. He said, I'm going to give you $100, register it for 2 years. And he did. He sent cash to my post office box because I was not going to tell the dude where I lived. And so I went to re-register it. And he said, you've got to do it quickly because Andre Muran is waiting for this to lapse so he can buy it. He wants you off the web. And sure enough, when I went to re-register the URL, it had been snapped up. And I thought, well, you know what, that's okay. That's all right. I can come up with a better URL than Travel Club Scam Info. I mean, it was terrible. And I put some thought into it, and I thought, you know what? If I just take that E and I just move it over, we